Hello, fellow scrapbookers. I'm back with some wedding layouts. The top and bottom paper on this layout is the Carta Bella line, or that's the designer. I forget which line it is. The corrugated cardstock is from Fancy Pants. I do not remember the name of this font, but I'll find out and put it on the screen below because it is so cute, but I did have to glue it down. It was not a very sticky surface, so I usually go on and use my glossy accents to secure my thickers anyway. Most of the flowers, all of the flowers, are from one of those little Prima bottles. You'll see I put some enamel dots in here, and that one's ready to fall off, but I forget who did them. These little leaves are cut from my Martha Stewart leaf punch. I used some of the Wow glitter paper back here. These are Recollection flowers. Brads from My Mind's Eye. These are was on an embellishment card that I've had forever. It was put out by Recollections, but I bet you this is a good 7-8 years old. This is my son, and he was an usher, groomsman at one of his best friend's weddings. Oh, and this is the Glitz collection, or Carta Bella too. It's the back side of this. I don't get to use flowers often, so I was so glad he was in this wedding, and I can use some of the flowers. That is one of my favorite layouts that I've put together in a long time. Here's another wedding picture. I just use a bunch of my scraps. I do not know what collection the papers came from. The background is Avalanche by Basil. He's So Funny, and Love is the Delight font from Thickers. This came from Freckled Fawn. This is from Recollections. It's a little camera. I just bought these and I can't for the life of me remember who it is. This I actually inked with my Memento Luxe ink pad. This came from like a bag of different words and so forth. It's not wood veneer, it's plastic, and they come from the kids section at Michael's. A bunch of random flowers that I've collected over the years, Recollection brands, Prima, Recollection, and you know these are Recollections. This little frame is from Maya Road, again 7 to 8 years old. This is some chipboard that Colleen sent to me. Thank you, Colleen. And I just took 2 4x4 pictures, put some photo corners on them, stuck them on there, and I have to say, this is one of my favorite layouts. I just staggered and layered 4 different printed papers, pattern papers, and I really like this layout. All of the papers and all of the ephemera is from the Basic Gray Fact and Fiction line. Even the letters. No, these are L Studio. I just picked those up a couple of weeks ago. This is a picture of my son and the other guys in the wedding. And this little boy, his eyes don't glow red like that normally. But when I saw the picture, I just was like, okay, this kid looks a little edgy. And so I used Photoshop elements to make his eyes glow red. And the title reads, does someone need a nap? I don't know whose kid this is. I'm so sorry. It's, I guess, one of the attendants or maybe one of the family people who's getting married, but I couldn't help myself. Now here's a very masculine layout. I should be an expert on masculine layouts since that's 90% of what I do. I think I'm finally getting used to it. This paper over here is from Pebbles. It's the Happy Day collection, I believe. These thickers are Cow something, like Cow Bistro or Cow, but if you type in thickers, C-A-L, you'll find this. This paper over here is also the Pebbles Happy line. You'll see I use some random brads again. I'm using up those brads. This is the Hometown Collection by. It's Hometown Summer, but I forget who put it out. Pink Paisley, maybe? This little tab punch is EK Success. The letters are L Studio. These are those little strips of labels, stickers that were really popular a couple years back from My Mind's Eye. And it's my son and his buddies in Las Vegas. This is the mapped out paper is the background from Fancy Pants Designs, and I just loved this color blue. I love this layout. The alphabet is a 12 by 12 alphabet sticker sheet from October Afternoon. It's one of their most recent collections. Wood veneer from Studio Calico, the Snap Collection by Simple Stories. This, the blue alphabet down here is Studio Calico. All these little wood veneers are all Prima. This is Heidi Swap. I used my Memento Luxe Bahama Blue ink. Nope, I lied. That is Navy by Stampin' Up. This is the Bahama Blue from Memento Luxe ink. You'll see I put some sequins on there. That's almost the same identical color. I used my date stamp. This is just a normal date stamp. It's not Chamel or We Are Memory Keepers. It's just a normal date stamp you would pick up at the office store. And it reads, "The journey is just as important as the destination." And then I put in, "Except when you fly, stand by." And the boys ended up waiting a total of 8 hours on a flight out of Ohio into Vegas. I just love the picture. I love this layout. Here's Eric and the same other guy. These stickers are all me and my big ideas. This is Freckled Fawn, Evalicious. Thickers. This is just those little cheap dollar stickers from Joanne. Off We Go has been stamped using Memento Luxe ink. And papers are from a 6x6 pad I just picked up. I'll check it out and write the name of the pad down below. It's a great masculine paper with smaller designs because it's a 6x6. Again, I really like this layout. I used my Tim Holtz tiny attacher to put some staples. I mean, what's more manly than staples, right? And then I just used a few random stickers I had laying around in my stash. This is a 5x7. And again, I like it. I don't know why, but I'm so apprehensive to use my 12 by 12 paper stacks, like from Die Cuts with a View and so forth. Why? I don't know. I bought them because I like the paper inside. So once again, I made myself use these papers are from the Lemon Pepper collection. Maybe you have the Lemon Pepper collection and you're thinking, I like those papers, and you'll go use yours. Of course, thickers, I'll leave the names below. This is from an old My Mind's Eye chipboard stack, as is this. I ran some hemp cord through the little holes. You know, whenever something has holes like this, I've got to put twine or rope or thread through it. I just can't leave holes with nothing in it. This also was from the chipboard sticker sheet. And this is my son and his two best friends. These kids grew up together from the time they were 10, 11 years old. And I titled it My Three Amigos. The journaling reads, I've had the true pleasure of watching these young men grow since they were 9 to 10 years old. Sometimes I wanted to wring their little necks, and I did. But overall, I can't complain. I love all three as though they are my sons. Here, they celebrate Jason's bachelor party. And once again, this is a layout that I can say I really like. Did you notice how I used the same color sequins as the little mustache? And I put them on as an afterthought. And I'll tell you, it just really finished off the layout. Here's some random layouts and some random pictures that I've wanted to scrap for a while. These papers are from the hashtag Summertime Collection by American Crafts. I had that since last summer. These are stamps from Lawn Fawn. I used my Copics to color them in. That is a Heidi Swap sticker, and these little alphabets are L's Studio. The journaling reads, I have another pic like this of a little girl checking Eric out. They were about the same age. This is the water park at Miami Whitewater 2010. And look at this little girl looking at Nate. It's so sweet, but of course I had to put a surly title that says, oh yeah, this is definitely not okay. Back off, Missy. But she's cute as a button. I just had to use the title. This typewriter acetate paper is by Bella Boulevard. I've used it before in some of my videos and layouts, and I could not think of the name, but it's Bella Boulevard. These papers behind here, now this paper I know is We Are Memory Keepers Love Notes collection, but this was in my stash, so I don't know where it came from. Here I used my cloud punch to punch out from the acetate paper. This one of a kind is a Recollections font sticker. And I believe that Best Show in Town paper, I believe that is Pebbles Happy Day. This is Nate in a 4x4 picture. Once again, I used Photoshop elements to make him black and white, and the trees a brilliant green. Background paper on this is a very old American Crafts collection. The green and blue is also American Crafts, but I couldn't tell you what the collection is because it was just old pieces I had laying around. Last year, my son and his friend went on a spur-of-the-moment road trip to Washington, D.C. I think he said it took 6-7 hours to get there. And this reads, that's washi tape there, hello, Mr. President. And the journaling says, random road trip to Washington, D.C., summer of 2014. You guys probably recognize these little puffy stickers because they're from American Crafts. They're on like a 4x12 sheet. And we all had those last year. The thickers is called grass. That's it for this time around, guys, but I still have more layouts to film and share. So I hope you'll come back to see my layouts. Please leave a comment, or if you have a question, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.